Beneath the waves of the Pacific Ocean, 65 people are living and working on board Australian Collins-class submarine HMAS Rankin. Halfway to their first port of call, Rankin is en route to South Korea, to the submarine base at Qinghai for deep-sea rescue exercises. Submarines from around the Pacific Rim are gathering. The South Koreans are hosting exercises to reinforce allegiances. Their neighbour to the north looms large. In the 21st century, the Cold War still smoulders on the Korean peninsula. Korean deep-sea rescue exercises will see Rankin resting 100 metres down on the ocean floor to mate with a mini rescue sub. In an emergency, this may be their only hope. But Korea is still more than 1 week away, part of a 6-month deployment which takes Rankin to Japan and Hawaii after Qinghai.
Surfaced at 0400 to prepare the casing for Anzac Day ceremony. A lot of hard work has gone into this, so I hope that it runs smoothly. The wind and sea have picked up as we've moved north, and I will turn down sea and run at 4 knots to give best conditions for the service.
In the First World War, on a lonely Turkish beach called Gallipoli, a significant part of Australia's national character was forged. For the first time, Australians and New Zealanders fought together under their own flags. Each year, Australians pause to remember the 8,000 young soldiers who died.
Let us pray. Lord, as we go about our duties on this special day, grant us the grace to remember those who have gone before and have perished at the hands of other men or in the face of your mighty oceans. As we commemorate the deeds of the Anzacs, let us also remember sailors past and present who have, with honour, served their country.
At 0230 on the 25th of April 1915, beneath the murky waters of the Dardanelles Strait, Australian submarine A2 successfully penetrated the treacherous straits where previous vessels had failed. News that later swept through the beachhead and boosted the spirits of beleaguered Anzac soldiers. Thus begun the legend of Anzac.
Kirsty Lowe comes from a naval family. Anzac Day is something they've always shared.
Anzac Day, usually back home, you're either marching in Perth or in Rockingham. So I believe my family was marching in Rockingham today, so it's pretty much the usual thing.
But this year is different as Kirsty's husband Aaron, also a submariner, will be marching with their first child, 8-month-old baby, Mackenzie.
You must have fed her something this morning.
I think he would be doing fine. I think it might be a bit of a rude change. He's always been the one that's been away or at work, and now roles have been reversed. Yeah, well, when I left home, she was in a position where you could put her somewhere and she wouldn't move. Well, now she's crawling everywhere, and she's almost walking apparently, so I'm hoping she holds off until Hawaii. I'd like to see her walk, so no, it's all going well.
Have you been missing them?
Oh yeah, that's standard, you always miss them, but you try, and I think denial is pretty much the best basis at sea. Try and keep busy and just keep doing your job.
While she's in the Navy, I think she's pretty committed to doing a good job in what she does. I don't think we have infrastructure that allows women to have children and have faith that all their needs are going to be met. I think the Navy sort of needs to understand that a little bit more because 50% of our recruiting's women. So if we're not going to cater for women in the Navy, family-orientated situations, we're going to have a stagnant promotion line with a lot of loss of corporate knowledge towards the top end.
The crew of Rankin get ready for arrival in Korea. Coming alongside in any foreign port can be a security risk for a submarine. Following terrorist attacks on shipping in the Gulf, the crew conduct force protection exercises.
The idea is when we fire a machine gun is to actually be directly behind it. So unlike rifle, yep, we put our feet together.
The submarine lacks the conventional armoury of a surface ship, so the crew are drilled in the use of small caliber weapons to defend the boat against saboteurs and insurgents.
Completed a well-conducted and safe weapons training shoot on the casing. I am confident that we have a capable force protection team prior to our first overseas arrival.
Maximum of 7 rounds.
Sorry.
It's all right. Wait, further orders.
Everybody is looking forward to our first port visit in Jinhai.
Ten of the crew are trainees, learning the Submariners' lore, pipes, circuits, valves, and what they do, to gain their dolphins and earn a place in a very select club.
One of the stakers asked me to find these 2 valves. Once you find them, then you go tell the staker where it is, what it looks like. Do you want me to just shoot it?
Yeah, you show me.
Alright, I've got to find these 2 valves. Right there.
By the time steward Chris McClarty has finished his training, he'll know the boat inside out. He'll be capable of responding to any emergency.
So you found it?
Yeah.
Trainees are not allowed to watch videos with the other sailors in the mess until they've qualified for their dolphins. They use any downtime to find a corner and study. Will Marshall was a submariner in the British Navy. Now he has to qualify again on Collins class. He hopes to be awarded his dolphins before reaching Korea.
So you go to the task page and just make sure all your tasks are here.
Jimmy O'Keefe wants his dolphins before Korea as well.
Or something like that, just pull everything up here. Yeah.
As the other trainees progress, the pressure is on for steward Chris McClarty.
Well, the last couple of days I've been contemplating whether this is for me or not, because I've done all that hard work. I know I can achieve it. Yeah, once I qualify, then I'm not saying I'm stuck here, but this is the life that I'm going to end up doing. And compared to the surface ships, which I quite enjoyed back on the East Coast, but yeah.
Chris's attitude seemed to change when a new steward, Mel Clark, was posted permanently on board. This meant Chris lost his job and was told that he'd be leaving the boat when Rankin reaches home port.
If you want to be a submariner, you have to really get to know other people's jobs as well as your own, which on a ship, you don't. You just do your job, and that's it. On here, you have to know everyone else's job because you live underwater and it's such a tight environment.
For the crew, 4 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner and midnight snacks signify more than simply eating. It's a routine that confirms the passing of the days in an environment with no real sense of time passing.
The galley's open 24/7 basically. It's got 4 meals.
So is it all pre-planned or do you make it up as you go?
Oh no, there's a lot of planning. It's done before we deployed. I do new menus, new calculations to carry the 65 people, make sure we had all the food, all our meat, everything like that.
There are 3 messes on board. The junior sailors' mess off the galley, with meals timed in shifts around the changeover of each 6-hour watch. The senior sailors' mess is upstairs, but they must come down to the galley to collect their food and clear their plates.
How was it?
Yeah.
And then there's the wardroom, not really much larger than a restaurant booth. But this is where the captain and the officers eat. They are waited on by the stewards.
Because we run out by fresh vegetables after 21 days. To having 3 choices for a meal, we might jump down to 2 choices, and then the choices won't be the best. It could be canned vegetables. The quality of the food drops off dramatically. Makes the cooks very unhappy, really, because we can't produce our best, which keeps the crew happy, which keeps them moving along.
It says, Chief Officer Piper, dear darling, our thoughts are with you. Keep smiling. Letters sent. Love to Daddy. All my love. Kiss, kiss, hug, kiss, hug.
That's a family grain.
It is a family grain.
Word from home also helps crew morale. Surface sailors have access to regular email, but the clandestine nature of the Submariners world severely limits communication.
So what do you want to tell Dad?
I want to say I want Dad very much back because I love him a lot.
Is that what you want to say? Well, let's see what we can find here that sort of goes with that.
A familygram is limited to 20 words, so the Navy has devised a list of commonly used phrases and given them a number. The code is deciphered on the boat.
With you? And what number's that? Do you know what number that is?
Our fort is with you.
What number's that?
29.
Okay.
And you say the word about my daddy. I feel sad.
It makes me sad too, huh? But you've got to just think that it's now only how many more weeks? 24 more weeks. 24 more weeks to Saturday.
We've been away about 3 weeks now. Have you been missing them?
Yeah, pretty much. I always miss my family wherever I go. I'm lucky enough to have my wife as a screen, as a backdrop on my computer, so I get to sort of see her every single day, which is good.
We got married down the beach. The beach is important to me because it's the only way I have any connection with my husband. I figure that, when they do surface and he gets to stand up there, he can look out over those waves and know that I'm somewhere the other end thinking the same thoughts, but I miss you and I love you.
Will Marshall has faced his moment of truth and passed with flying colours. Today he's being awarded his dolphins.
So, Marshall. Standing there. Salute. Stand at ease. So, Marshall requests to be awarded submarine qualification to date 28th of April 2004.
Congratulations. Well done.
No alcohol is served on board, but on this special occasion, Navy tradition allows that the dolphins are dropped into a drink of choice.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir. Cool. Yes.
It was a pleasure awarding Will Marshall his dolphins today. Thoroughly deserved, and his face said it all. Now qualified in 2 navies, he's an asset to the Australian Submarine Service. One of the most pleasant tasks I've had to do since sailing.
Salute. Left turn, left wheel, quick march.
Not long later, Jimmy O'Keefe is awarded his dolphins as well.
Congratulations. The tradition of drinking your dolphins has been there since time immemorial, since the first dolphins were ever issued. And the idea is you drain the glass and catch the dolphins in your teeth.
Now, Will shall take it easy for a while before he's back on duty.
Hey! What was it? Bourbon? Ooh, lovely.
As Rankin enters Korean territorial waters, she has to operate at periscope depth while navigating through the congestion of commercial shipping. This is particularly hazardous at night.
It's quite a clear night. We can see all the contacts. They're all pretty well lit. The problem is weaving your way around in between them because you cannot go in a straight line at the moment with all the contacts that we have out here.
How many?
In excess of 30 contacts that we have out there at the moment.
Mainly fishing vessels?
Mainly fishing vessels, yeah. This is quite a good fishing ground by the looks of it. That was 1.7.
Most likely, each of the fishing boats is trawling with either long lines or with nets.
Yeah, have a look.
Constant vigilance by the periscope watchkeeper and the sonar operators is required to plot a safe course through the fleet.
This evening has been an education. Since moving to Australia, I thought I'd seen the last of huge fishing fleets, but never say never. The approaches to Jinhai are as busy as any I have experienced in 29 years in submarines. While I've considered surfacing, and deep is definitely not an option, with radar operational and under command supervision, the training value of the watches, and in particular the watch leader James Harrop is getting out of this, is worth the effort of staying dived.
Yeah, well, we use red light and to try and balance for the periscope because he's looking out into a dark night. If for any reason, when we go to jump on the periscope, it doesn't take very long for your eyes to adjust. They're adjusted within seconds.
James Harrop is the committed young professional, but he's well aware it's a relatively short career.
There's not a lot of old people still in it, but largely because of the stresses at home, and as your family grows up, I think every time as your children get older and you sail, they tend to miss you more and more, and young man's game for sure.
James's wife Jo was also a submariner before they had their first child, Meridian.
We were the first male and female submariners married, and then the first to have a child. Now there's 2 other, babies to submarine parents as well. So we're building a little super race.
So she's a naval girl?
She certainly is, yeah.
Yeah, she was christened on board Rankin as well the day after her commissioning. So she got the first name in the bell.
Yeah, because they used the bell as the font, and they used seawater for the holy water.
Yeah.
So then her name gets engraved in the bell.
Less than 24 hours remain before Rankin ties up in South Korea. While submerged, the crew rely on recycled air. Dust and dirt can become a major hazard.
Pretty thorough clean going on.
Yeah, it's the captain's rounds.
What's that?
Every now and then the captain will do his own set of rounds for clean, just to make sure the boat's nice and clean.
Because they've got them on all the skips as well. It's not just a thing.
Gus Cooper reporting to space for your inspection, sir.
Thanks, Mr. Cooper.
Is this a cleaning thing or a fixing thing?
This is a cleaning thing. Clean out all behind the hex bolts and things like that.
Don't you think it's a bit obsessive?
Oh, hell no. I mean, you have a look at all this sort of stuff, you got all these dust bunnies rolling around. I prefer to clean them up and put them away than be breathing them in.
Yeah.
Look, 10 cents. Don't know how long it's been there. And now, excuse me, I've got some hoovering to do.
And the shoot up from the last fix is now 008.5.
The coast of South Korea. Rankin is escorted by the South Korean Navy into Qinghai Submarine Base.
What's happening tonight?
Getting drunk. I don't know. I've got to find a...
I have to ring my girlie because I miss my girlie incredibly. And so first thing I do is get in and call her. And then I'm going to go have a shower because I need one because I smell. And then I'm going to go out, have a nice meal and have a few quiet beverages back to work tomorrow.
The problem is, us two are sharing. It's probably get a single bed and a double bed, you see.
So I'm getting the...
So the dilemma is, who's going to get
the
what
double
bed?
bed and he gets the single.
Well, you know. No RHIP, nothing.
Right,
RHIP,
whoever gets the first
keep
shower,
noise down.
whoever gets the first shower gets the
You
small
get first
bed.
shower. No, I really don't care about beds. An RHIP, that's
I've got that on
fucking
camera.
horseshit.
You don't care about beds, right?
No, you have it on camera. You have it on camera.
What's RHIP?
Rank has its privileges. Yeah, some people take their rank ashore with them.
Yeah, 50.
Yeah, Fitzy. Do you agree? Now,
I agree with everything. I'm a little bit busy working. No, it's been excellent. Having a great time. Yeah. Love being here.
He's lying. He's lying. We just say what people... what we should say, really.
Whenever I say something, you tell everybody that I'm lying.
Well, you are. You're not. You'd rather be at home right now.
Of course I'd rather be at home right now.
Also, why lie to the camera?
But it doesn't mean I don't want to be here. We're happy getting in day.
Yeah.
Correct?
Oh, definitely. I agree with you.
Don't bring your hate crimes on me.
So we've got another 6 hours.
6, 7, I've got that other light now.
We've got another 8 hours before we go to hotels anyway.
2, 6, 7, that would be that one. I got that light. Yes, that light is close to the right hand end. So, how do you feel the trip's gone so far? First 3 weeks out, enjoying yourself immensely?
Good question, Jeff. Yes, I think it's been it's been an intense and extremely interesting experience.
Is this your first port on board a submarine?
This is my first port on board a submarine.
Are you a little bit excited?
I am.
Yeah?
Yeah, I am. I'm looking forward to getting ashore.
What are you planning on you first doing first night in?
I think it's a martini and a glass of red wine.
Now. Good job.
Yeah, welcome aboard. Yeah.
Thank you very, very much.
While in Gin High, we hosted a cocktail party on board.
Foster's, like Foster's, yeah.
That was particularly well attended and was a resounding success.
Cheap too, not expensive at all, very, very cheap.
The Koreans do not hold functions on board their submarines, and the uniqueness of the occasion was a big talking point. The catering and service from Rankin's supply team was as ever first class.
How do you reckon the cocktail party's going?
I don't know, I'm down here.
Welcome to Chile.
Officers from 4 navies attend, all wearing their dolphins, a symbol that originated in the Australian Navy but is now universal amongst submariners.
No, it's going well. It's always going well. They generally tend to sort themselves out, as long as you keep them well fed and well drunk.
While the officers attend to official duties, the crew go on shore leave. Only some of them are prepared to have the camera along.
There you go. Done.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you could just keep it down for a short moment, we've got a presentation on.
Admiral Sir, we're extremely honoured that you came down to visit us tonight. We're very pleased to be in Korea. If I could just give you this small gift as a thank you for your hospitality and having us.
Rankin.
I think $100 million.
MCC head revolution 60. Head revolution 60. Switch on the hydroplane. Switch on the hydroplane. See what? Head revolution 60 ordered. Ready for DSRB to mate.
Next week, the crew of Rankin face every submariner's nightmare. Trapped on the bottom of the ocean. The deep-sea rescue vehicle arrives on schedule, but things don't go according to plan.
How much in the interior, winding that valve shut and shutting that should be sweet.